Hi everyone, today we're going to do a walk around the Compass van, which is our biggest size van. It's all white. It's nicknamed the White Horse. Today we're just going to show you around. This is a all white exterior. You can see here, it does have the pop-up roof tent, which we'll show you later how that works. So this is a Toyota Hiace. Maybe the most noticeable feature of this van is this kind of extended outside part here. So you can see this area, it kind of sits out maybe like 5 to 10 centimeters or so. And it does give you an extra like windowsill access on this side, which we can show you how that kind of looks. So this is the other side. This is the bit that's kind of sticking out. And this gives you some extra space for a few things. You first have a refrigerator here. Oh, it's very ice cold actually. Not bad storage space, maybe 18 liters. Quite a decent sized refrigerator that fits here nicely. And then you have this sink area. And then this is the cover for the sink area as well here. So yeah, this nice little extended piece just gives you that extra little bit of room inside the camper. Okay, so now we're gonna go inside the van, take a look. So this does actually fit 7 adults in here comfortably. You have 2 rows of chairs with the same design. They all come with lap seatbelt, which fits in like so. So you have 4 seats that are all the same design as this. This all comes out and you can actually lay these 2 sections flat as a bed later. If you come inside the front area, you can see here you have obviously the driver, the passenger, but you have a pretty legit seat here in the middle section where you can fit a proper adult, maybe some limited foot space down here. If you're traveling with a family, this van is very useful, I think, for families. One of your kids wants to sit in the front for fun. I think that's good. It is officially, legally a 7-seater in Japan. I'm in the front row. We have this table, which is useful. So this pops up here as so. It basically slides onto here. So this is quite useful, especially if you're doing any kind of working situation or eating as well. This was just rented out to a family of 4 with 2 kids of the age of, I think, 6 and 10. They use this table quite a lot for like snacks, eating, laptops, tablets, watching movies, things like that. There's curtains pretty much everywhere here. And the line of using curtains is just here before this kind of front row of the driving cockpit area. You have this curtain here that will slide straight across and so on, and this as well. When you want to sleep, you put the curtains in the entire van. It goes all the way around. You can see there's 5 sets of curtains that will black out the entire van for the best sleeping arrangement. Now we're just going to flatten these 2 seats out and look at the main kind of sleeping position in the van. This is the most extended bed setup that you can do. It essentially goes almost the entire length of this van apart from the cockpit area. All right, so you take out all these headrests. As you can see, this does flatten out. Basically, for my size, pretty much a full bed. And then it also has these like extending parts, as you can see here. Unstrap these bad boys, and these all go like along the bottom here. So let me just show you how that looks. You can see you get a bit of extended room here. So this becomes a pretty big bed. And then we have this section here. I do believe this piece fit along here. You can move all of this up further and stick 1 extra bit in here. This setup would be for 2 adults here, 2 kids in this section. And then there's a final bedroom in here, which is here. If you look up here, you've got the roof bed, which is basically a tent. So let's pop this bad boy up. Whoa. And then this further closes. We can pop up here in a second, but this is the closed position. And this entire part at the top is the roof tent bed. I'm gonna go up here now, have a bit of fun. This is the inside, hard rooftop, but the sides here, this becomes like a tent side. You can unzip these bad boys here. For maximum ventilation, you can undo these in the summer like a day-to-day. You could fit 2 adults here as well. Technically, it fits 4 adults, I would say, and 2 kids comfortably. In the summer, we just had a family that went out. They basically stayed in the mountains and then undid all of this for ventilation. There's no air conditioning in the van other than when you're driving the van. Yeah, that's something to think about. Vans come with enough bedding for however many people that you're you're taking on the trip. The next group is going out in Hokkaido. We're actually putting this on a ferry today, getting it up north for our next booking. It's just going to be 3 people in total, so they only need bedding enough for 3 people. So we will adjust accordingly. The other stuff this Compass comes with are 2 standard chairs, a small table. I would arrange them here usually. Then you can use this back door as a cover if you want to cook and do other stuff like that. In terms of amenities, so we have this grill. This is kind of standard in all of our vans. Works with a 100 yen gas canister you can buy in any convenience store. So you're pretty much not going to run out of this. Very easy, simple, useful, portable. And then you have a bunch of kettle, pots, pans, knives, forks, cutting boards, that kind of stuff. Got your battery and instructions here, an extra little table. And then here you have this special plug-in, which all of our vans come with actually. Plugs into the van here, and then it plugs into the mains. This van has a separate battery unit that powers all of the electricity, including the fridge, as well as the main car battery. When the engine is running, it charges that unit. If you are running low, this is just an extra backup, especially when you arrive to a campsite. All the campsites in Japan have that option where you can book a space to park, rent out, and then you have a plug-in right at your car spot. In terms of storage space, this is one of our biggest vans. It is a high A, so it's very long. It is quite narrow actually. So if you look at the width of this will fit in any parking spot in Japan quite easily and actually have room either side. It's a very narrow car, which makes it easy to navigate even on small roads, but it is very long. So when you are driving it, the key is to get your front out as much as possible and turn late. The turning angle is really steep. It feels like 70 to 80 degrees. Pretty easy to maneuver around. Storage space wise, I think this has got a lot of space. Even if you have both the middle and back rows up, you can fit probably 4 suitcases in here. So an entire family holiday worth of luggage can fit. We still recommend you travel as light as possible and use storage facilities because it's just nicer to have space when you're camping and when you're traveling around. Just take the bare minimal. So we're in the cockpit of the Compass van. This is probably the newest van we have. When we got it about a year ago, it was only about 16,000 kilometers. Now it's about 27,000. So still relatively new. This is a petrol engine, so not a diesel. So it does sound less noisy than some of our diesel counterparts, which is nice. And it does make the ride a bit smoother as well. Blasting the AC right now. So this has a pretty good air conditioning system. It's quite modern. So it does get pretty chilly here, even in the peak of summer, which it is now. And you have this rear button here that you can press, the rear fan. So if you've got anyone in the back, family, this activates the rear air conditioning or heater actually. It's not just air conditioning. There's also a setting at the back there, low, high or off, which the passengers in the back can also control. This is an automatic, very simple, easy to use. The brake is interesting. You have this kind of pull and twist and push down kind of thing. That's the handbrake. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty simple. It's got navigation system. Unfortunately, it's all in Japanese. So we do recommend you pop your phone up here, use data, Google Maps, Waze, whatever you want to use, Apple Maps, all usable here. A couple of charging points, just a very simple interface. We do have Bluetooth as well and a pretty decent speaker system that goes stereo through the van. Again, a lot of our vans are quite simple and don't even come with that kind of surround sound speaker, but this one does. This is not a 4-wheel drive, it's a rear wheel drive, although it does have traction control off if you wanted to use that, if you wanted to do a bit of drifting. Other than that, yeah, you have the ETC card holder, which is here somewhere. There you go. And it has an ETC reader as well. So if you do want to check how much you're spending on one of these trips, if you are on a budget, it does allow you, let's have a look, menu.
For information, one for ETC, and then ETC history is top.
This shows the entire ETC history. Just had a customer that came back today and exited at 10:20 at this Yoyogi interchange and spent 4,300 yen. Wow, they came from a far distance. The ETC cards, they do give you cheaper rates because it's point to point. If you don't use a card, you're just paying for the entire length of that freeway. Whether you use it or not, you're paying the maximum amount. So therefore, we highly recommend using one of our ETC cards. We just take a deposit and then refund the difference or charge the difference depending how much you actually spend. It does also have some lane signaling or warning system for cars passing and you changing lane. Again, very smooth ride, long distances. It's not tiring. I've driven it a few times myself. Quite a pleasant drive actually. I'm pretty quick. You can actually drive comfortably at the speed limits on a freeway and feel quite comfortable. Thanks a lot for learning about the Compass van. If you want to take a trip, especially with a big family, we recommend this the most. Even if you're traveling with just 2 people, I think this is one of the best vans as well because it gives you the most room, gives you that tent option, especially in the summer. It's a lot cooler. It's one of our newest vehicles that we have as well, and it looks cool. It's all white, really fun to drive. Technically has 3 bedrooms. Check us out on Instagram. We're doing promotions pretty much on every season. Last minute bookings get you the best deal, so just DM us if you want any more information or if you want to book a van.